5 things you can do to create massive momentum, grow your business, and finally get the results you desire in your business. Welcome to the webinar, you guys. It is Monday, December 12th, 2022, and we are hosting this special webinar, prepping you for the new year. We're going to cover 5 things. I'm going to give you an acronym, and we're going to teach you about PCAT U90, a 90-day run that you can do in your business starting in January. So if you are catching this webinar live and you can comment along, please do so that we can say good morning to you. We are going to move right along today. We are streaming into multiple places. It would be very helpful if you let me know where you're tuning in from and where you are seeing this at, because it's actually hitting over to my business page, the Social Sales School for the Woman Entrepreneur on Facebook, and it's in YouTube land per the usual. So go ahead and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And we're doing something new today. We have this streaming onto a StreamYard webinar, which is new, and Amy's there. Awesome. So I'm curious, and if you did register officially for this, 21 people officially registered. We're going to have a lot of people tuning in from different places. Okay. If you officially registered, we're going to do a drawing today. Okay. So I've got 21 people in, officially registered. A lot of you did not officially register because you're already in our group, and that's okay. That's okay. StreamYard, awesome. So this was new. We sent it out via email. StreamYard webinars are new, so you guys can go play with them. They only allow 250 seats. That's why I asked people like impact makers. I asked you guys not to register because you're already going to have the prize that I'm giving away, and that's okay. Right? So impact, I asked you guys to reserve the seats. So if you are an impact maker, let us know. That means you're one of our full program students. And we just welcomed our newest impact maker, Odile Estrella, into our full program. She just got signed up last night. So go ahead and welcome her. Fantastic, Jill. Thank you. Linda's here. Awesome sauces. Shannon Carpenter. Now, I'm curious, you guys, is there anybody that found this training and you've never trained with me before? Is this your first rodeo? This is going to be high value. Okay. This is going to be something that you want to go ahead and invite others to listen in on. This is going to be something you want to save and you want to go back through. It's going to be pretty simple, I hope. That's going to hopefully put some pieces together for you guys. Okay. So before we dive in, hi, Tracy. Before we dive in, I just want to go ahead and thank everybody who was part of the Virtual Party Challenge Leaders Edition that we just finished last week. The group is closing. Aubrey is uploading the recordings right now for the VIPs, and that group will close. Our next live event, and this webinar today, by the way, if you're new, I go live every Monday at 10 a.m. Central. Usually it's like a chat. Sometimes I'm in my jammies, right, for Be Social TV, but today we're doing it as an actual training. This webinar will be available for replay, okay? But our next big event together, please write this down. The invite page will be coming. It will be dropped into the Social Sales School for the Woman Entrepreneur Facebook group. So if you're not there, let us know. It will also go out via email. New Year's Eve. So this will be Thursday, December 29th, 2022. I already told you at 7 p.m. we're having a party. But guess what? I have talked to my impact makers like Carla, Charlene, Jacinda. Who else is here that's impact that I've talked to? And I've asked some of our students who Carla teaches on confidence, right? Jacinda teaches on action management. Well, she's also working with you guys on mindset. We all have different things we love to teach about. And I've asked some of the students if they, during the day of the New Year's Eve party, during the day, would collaborate with me on an all-day kind of summit, if you will. I don't know, do we want to call it that? And bring you guys trainings and create you a workbook. Oh my God, who wants that? It'll be basic, but it'll be incredible. And then we can come together on the New Year's Eve party at 7 p.m. on Zoom, dress up, and celebrate 2022 and movement into 2023. Be on the lookout, okay? All right, we'll call it a summit. Let's do it. Okay. So 7 p.m. will be the party. And then during the day, we're going to do some fun stuff. All right, you guys. So let's jump into the 5 things you can do to create massive momentum, grow your business, and finally get the results you desire in your business. As we enter 2023, we first want to reflect on 2022. I want to ask you, what have you accomplished this year that you can be proud of? What's a win? What's a grin? I just posted on my personal page. What is something within the last 24 hours, something within the last week, something within the last month, and something within the last year that can make you grin or say, hey, I had a win, right? Prepping ourselves for 2023 and the 5 things I'm going to give you guys, we want to first look at, what did we do well? What do we want to repeat? And what do we never want to do again? And we did the 3, 2, 1 on a different training together. So the 5 things, I'm going to give you guys 5 letters. This is very appropriate. I hope you're excited. You might have seen something about some of these words, okay? Some of these words might have been familiar to you if you were in Leader Challenge or if you saw the post in Social Sales School. I'm going to focus on just 5 words today for the 5 things you guys can do to create massive momentum. I'm going to suggest that you do not just do one of them, that you do the whole thing. All right. And then I'm going to break it apart even more. And I'm going to give you some more things that you can do on top of this to really ice the cake. And then I'm going to invite those of you who really want to run, who aren't here to play, just like Jennifer Sefter said, I'm doing it. She signed up 2 days ago. I'm going to invite those of you who are really ready to make next year your year. Make next year your year. I'm going to invite you guys into something brand new that we just created, PCAT U90. PCAT U90 is going to be 90 days of running in your business. Okay. Let's talk about the 5 things that everybody can do. First thing, this is the PCAT U method. How do you like it? For those of you who are new, PCAT U stands for, who can fill in the blank? Purpose Creator Action Taker University. This is my online school that I made, I don't know, 2 years ago. I don't know. How long has it been? A little over 2 years, 2020. I don't know when I officially made PCAT U, but I started looking at some words and I really love to work with you guys on purpose. That was a big thing when I first started online and really figuring out your calling, right? And sometimes we have to create our purpose. We're trying to figure it out. But then the other part is going and taking action. So we made this Purpose Creator Action Taker University. So I like the PCAT U acronym for a lot of things. Starting with P, let's talk about the word posture. This is an interesting word. I just heard Cynthia Height talk about it in a Zoom call we were doing inside of Impact Makers. We talk about mindset, we talk about our thought processes, but the word posture, is that new to you all when it comes to your business? I pulled a quote, and this one is actually from Ray Higdon's definition of network marketing posture. So if you're a network marketer or a social seller or social retail, right, whatever, if you're building online, even my coaching business, guys, think about it. My coaching business is building my network and marketing, right? We're all doing the same thing no matter what the backside sale is. Posture, the way that Ray Higdon defined it is the belief in what you have, regardless of external acceptance or approval. 5 things you can do to create massive momentum and growth in your business. Number 1, posture. What does this mean to you guys? Is this the hardest part? Yeah, I really believe it is, because we work with a lot of women who are just like me. You give your authority and your power over to someone else. Where do you see this past year that at any point you pivoted because someone said something? You made a change in a different direction because someone said boo. You did something you didn't want to do, or you held back from doing something you did want to do because of someone else's opinion. You were waiting on their approval, or you wanted to be accepted and you were unsure if doing that thing would get you that external acceptance. At the end of the day, if we put all of our eggs in that basket, we're not going to be growing a business. We are not going to be in massive momentum. Rita Davenport is the past president of a network marketing company I was with for a very long time. Those of you that know her love her. Go get her book, Funny Side Up. She was the president of a network marketing company. She now speaks to a lot of network marketing companies. She's hilarious. She's inspirational. And she says, never take advice from someone more messed up than you. I thought that was funny. Might tie in a little bit to posture differently. But if we're looking for this side of it, external approval or acceptance, and we're looking for it from people who aren't where we want to be, do you follow me? Is that really the right person? Who should we be taking advice from? Right? I remember wanting my mother's approval so bad, and this is a personal journey I've been on for a long time, figuring out why I seek other people's approval. But my mother, when I started my network marketing business, kept buying Chanel makeup. I was like, Mom, you know what I do for a living now? She wouldn't book a party. She said, you can use my living room, but I'm not hosting. Like, okay. Does that mean she doesn't approve of what I'm doing? Does that mean she just doesn't want to change her? What does that really mean? And I remember that head game that got me in. So working through some of this is going to be one of the biggest things you guys can do to get more results in your business. Okay. P, posture. Next, C, conversations. Sales happen in the conversation. Go ahead and write that down. Sales happen in the conversations. When I learned that, it was like, aha, no wonder I'm not selling. I'm talking to no one. I'm having a conversation with myself, or I'm literally not even have a conversation at all. What is a conversation? Y'all are building on social media. You're building online businesses. By the way, what do you do? I would love to see who all is here. What do you do? The type of business you run in the comments. Conversations. When I first started coaching and I had my virtual party challenge and we talked about conversations, I used to say ping pong. It's like a ping pong. You talk, I talk. You talk, I talk. You talk, I talk. On social, does it ever feel like you're just like pinging the ball at the person and they're just not listening? Or it's also supposed to be conversational in the sense that it's not a lecture. You ask a question, you share something, they give feedback, you listen, right? You have a conversation. The challenge that most people have, and we can help you through this, is how do I get into real conversations on social media? How do I create real relationships? One thing you must shift if you want to have massive growth in your business is you have to understand that this is an investment of time and it is an investment into people when you have a conversation. And you may not always get the results that you think right when you think you're going to get them. And that often can make us want to pivot. Because we're like, I'm spending all day talking to people and all day on phone calls and all day on Zooms and I'm closing nothing. And you forgot that you're in a people business and part of that is conversations. And then you forgot that the more conversations you have, actually the more sales you're going to have and the more business partners you're going to have and the more hostesses you're going to have and the more referrals you're going to have and the more retention you're going to have. So if you're unsure how to get into more conversations, this is one of the things I love to teach about in our systems is how to connect with people online. Okay. Next, attitude. Oh man, this one sucks. Okay. Attitude. When I pulled out one thing for each of these letters, and I'm going to share some more for those of you who want to level it up even more. I'll give you some more words within PCATU. I picked A for attitude. And I believe that the only thing that's kept me going besides consistent activity, right, and the drive to do it was that I kept a good attitude. And I'm now part of the Maxwell leadership team, and we did a book study. Those of you who did it, do you remember John Maxwell talking about the importance of attitude, completely determining his direction in life? And attitude is a choice, period. Attitude is a choice. Period. But attitude is a choice. Period. But choice. Period. It's the hardest thing to get a grasp of. It literally can stop someone from continuing to go down the rabbit hole of blaming and complaining and all the excuses. Choose a different attitude. What's the story you tell yourself about that situation? And what attitude can you move forward with? It's a choice. It really is that simple. T, tracking. Ooh, who loves tracking? I'm going to give you guys a peek into something that you might think is a little insane, and maybe it is because I'm a little insane. We have been working on, we have a couple programs for those of you who know, who've trained with us before. We have an Action Takers Elite Club, which is our very, very affordable monthly membership club where we come in and we do action steps together. And we just came out with a new success tracker, and there's a couple versions of it. So I'm going to show you a basic tracker and talk to you about why tracking is so important. If you're inside of our full Impact Makers program, you have my huge tracker, the thing that I took to track every single step from the time I started a new company in mid 2021 and everything I did to find new hostesses, to grow that business, to find more leads. It was everything on one sheet, and I tracked it all to find what? My ratios. Do things enough, a ratio will appear. One of the key reasons that I feel like I've ever had any ounce of clarity in what to do and how to do it is because I did something enough to watch the trends. I collected the data, which is kind of a pain in the butt, but I did it enough to figure out what was the same thing that I kept seeing. And by doing that, I knew what to rinse and repeat. So be it my party system, be it my daily method of success, be it Facebook ads, right? Be it cold reach outs or warm reach outs or whatever your method is. If you're not tracking, you might know some things you could do, but you don't know how often to do them and you don't know what to expect. So one of the trackers, and this is very basic, and we have a few forms of this. This is the newest form, is a daily method of success tracker, and it's based on our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. It's a basic social marketing strategy that anybody can use. It leaves this open to you, whatever, if you're doing parties, presentations, one-on-ones, Zoom calls, recorded videos. And it's just a basic way to build your social media presence for the average person who doesn't have a large audience. This is what you can do. So we track, right? And we track if we do start doing each of these things, what results are we getting? And I made this little form for you guys that are in Action Takers, Impact Makers. This is released. And guess what? If you like to track like this, I even had the Google Sheet do the math for you. Oh, and Becky, come on. Our goal is 100 new friends a month. That's minimal, right? This is the totals, okay? What it's going to allow you to do is really reflect on your business. This is going to be a come to Jesus meeting at the end of every month when you go, oh, that's why my business isn't growing. I only reached out to 9 people and I was supposed to do 80. Okay. Or the active part of your business, the sharing, the talking, getting into the conversations with the right prospects. If you can look at the end of the month and go, 9, right? I was supposed to talk to 40. Social posts. I gave you guys just very simple, do 1 social post a day, 5 days a week. That's minimal. 20 is more than a lot of people are doing, but we're talking actual strategic posting, not just random, okay? And if you can look at this and you can see, oh my gosh, at the end of this month, this was the growth. These were the new team numbers. I'm starting to see what matters. You'll understand why I'm such a freak about tracking, okay? In this little sheet, there's a couple ways you guys can do it. You can do it that way. I also made it via Canva, but we won't continue on. That is for another training. Tracking your activity, tracking everything, and time blocking, which is another T we can talk about, is the only reason that I have freedom, I believe, because I didn't know. Maybe you go into a business and they say, hey, talk to 100 people, you should close 20. Here's how you find the 100 people. Maybe they give you the whole system, but a lot of businesses don't. If they do, you track and you say, hey, you told me if I talk to 100, I should close 20, but I'm closing none. Where am I stuck? If you don't have that, you have to build the system, right? With my jewelry company, they didn't tell me. With my coaching business, they gave me a percentage, but guess what? They were selling coaching to coaches. I'm selling to network marketers. This is a different demographic, right? I had to track so that when we go into our next event, we see we have 40 people or we have 4,000 or 400, we can look at it ahead of time and go, we already kind of know what to expect. Does that make sense to you? Last, you guys, the fifth thing you guys can do, this is so key. Urgency. Urgency. Your business is on fire or it's not. Okay? Excitement and consistency is probably the only difference between you and everybody else that's getting success or those who aren't. And treating your business with urgency is what we're going to help you do. Okay? It is a season of mass growth when we put our boots on and we decide that we are going to take control of things. We are going to posture ourselves. We're going to get into more conversations. We're going to have the right attitude. We're going to track our activity, and we are not here to play. Okay? You might be a mom of a brand new baby. One of my sidelines, Sarah's about to have her baby. Why did I just make me want to cry and give me some fuzzies on my legs? So exciting, right? Are you guys mamas? My youngest baby's 5 now. Maybe that's why I'm like sad. My oldest baby's almost 18. So whether you are a busy mom of a brand new baby, right? Or you're doing this full time and your kids are grown, this should not be taking 8,000 hours a week. But you must treat your business like it matters. So we're going to invite you guys to get urgent and excited and committed and consistent with your business. If you want to stay for the next part of the webinar, I'm actually going to take you into more P's, more C's, more A's, and more T's. Okay? But before we do that, I want to invite you guys to comment in the comments below if 90 days of working with me and my team starting in January in a private Facebook group would make a difference for you if we gave you a collaborative group who's going to be doing the same things together, a high energy focus on specific daily tasks with a 90-day tracker, a 15-minute miracle that comes from the Maxwell Leadership Program that is only available to Maxwell team members to deliver some of this content I'm sharing, okay? So that we can teach you to start taking control back of your time and start getting more results. Will that make a difference for you? A weekly Change Your World Mastermind. This also comes out of the Maxwell program. I'm not going to explain that right now. You'll get a Change Your World engagement kit to go with your 90 days. Our focus will not just be your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and consistent activity. It's going to be making an impact. What does that mean? It means getting you from where you are to where you want to be, partnering with us. It's not going to be a system sales training. We have all that in our courses. It is you partnering, probably all the things you know that you need to do already, and getting to work, okay? Knowing what to do and taking action are two completely different things. We're going to ask you to commit to your IPAs, your MMAs, your RPAs, your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, DMS, whatever you call it. Your active action tasks that you need to do in your business consistently so you can grow your team and duplicate your leaders. Maybe it's the first time that you're creating a team. Maybe you've been managing a team, okay? We're going to focus on you guys sponsoring more network marketers, right? Personal team members, and also turning your sponsored reps into leaders and helping them duplicate. We're going to be helping you learn to leverage the resources that already exist, whether that's in your upline, your sideline, or you have our resources, how to use what's already created and get to work. Quit using the excuse of, I've got to go make this pretty, and no, you don't. We're going to teach you the JMT wheels, which is from the John Maxwell team. And this is what I'm really excited about. It's what is the word for me where it's like all help, Help, help me. I was a kindergarten teacher. My language is not that expanded yet. It is going to be not just about your business. Okay. So when we think about this, and I was talking with one of our students, I think we're probably going to be the first 90-day run approach that's going to have you track not just your business activity. Because when we learned about in Be Social TV and the Social Sales School, the 5 things that you need to do to move past procrastination, and we learned about the pyramid, and we learned at the bottom is what? Our body, how we're taking care of us. This is not about perfection, y'all. It is about, did you drink enough water? Are you fueling yourself well? Those of you who know me, I'm like, do one good thing every day. And I'm eating McDonald's and candy at the end of the night. I'm working on it, okay? Did you get enough sleep? Are you breathing? Tracking some of these basic things that could be the reason why you're not seeing other results. It might seem crazy, but it could be that simple. Gratitude, brain dumping. Holy Moses. Just getting some of that stuff out of your brain and out of the way can clear out space to get to work. Okay. So we're going to go with this. I can't find the word. Let's see if somebody gave me a word. I can't find the word. This whole approach. Okay. Instead of just this isolated business task approach in our 90 days together, we're going to give you guys it will be in a private Zoom. Okay. It will be a private Facebook group. I'm sorry. Private Facebook group. So Impact Makers, you already have access. Don't worry. Everyone who is not inside of Impact Makers will teach you how to get in. But I need to tell you what you're going to get this month. Because if you do come in, it starts in January, but you're going to get a bonus, which is crazy for this month. Okay. We will set you up with our Slack 24/7 messaging app, and you'll be in a Slack channel with me and my team and all the other students. You'll have accountability support. We're going to do monthly hot seat coaching. You're going to have a weekly Zoom. Get to work, guys. This is not about you need to carve out 5 hours a week to learn stuff. No, this is you working your business consistently. This is the stuff you should be doing anyway, but somebody's going to put your feet to the fire, right? Bonus. If you come in, you get this month. So come in the sooner the better. Impact Makers access, and I die. This is our coaching program. This is where we do learn all the systems. This is where we learn automation. This is where we learn not only the mindset, but the middle where we build things, and the end where we start selling things. We learn how to brand ourselves, position ourselves, but we do it with accountability, with collaboration, with coaching with me, with our personal development series. We're going to give you access to our Facebook group for the whole month of December. Never done that before. You guys, that's a $7,000 program that you're going to get a month access to for free with your PCAT U90. Okay. You're also going to get, and this is the last thing, and then we'll move into the rest of our PCATs. This is probably the most requested thing that I've ever created. And I used to not, I haven't sold it by itself in a long time. I used to only sell this thing, and then we expanded. You guys might know what it is. So I'm known as the busy mom building her business out of her closet, teaching you how to do virtual parties so you can get more sales, bookings, leads, and recruits. And you can work from absolutely anywhere. Right? So I used to do virtual events, all these pop-up events, and it's what allowed me to go from 0 sales and 0 team to $24,000 in sales and a team in 2 months after I implemented my party system, and to grow that team. But then guess what? I got stuck. I was doing a lot of work in all these different groups. I was trying to teach and train my team. And so then in March 2020, I tested something out that I later called the Evergreen Party, and I put into a course. It's the Evergreen Party and group funneling system. It is the way that you can have a weekly event inside of a Facebook group. You can leverage it. You can have your team use it. You can create it for yourself, although I use it as a duplication system. You can take back your time. You can consistently put forth the effort in the right places, and I give you the whole course on how to do that. It's a $2,000 value. It comes with a Trello board, every resource you can imagine to run a Facebook group, the workbook, the guides, the boards app, brand new. Okay. And we started excluding this from public sale and reserving it only inside of our Impact Makers program. So we're going to give you access to this course so that in the month of December, if you need a sales strategy and you need a system, go dive into that course and you'll have all of December to be working with us. 5 days a week, there's somebody, 4 days a week, there's somebody available on a Zoom inside of Impact Makers. Okay. There's a group all the time. There's a Slack channel all the time. So you can use December to go get busy. All right. And then build your systems if you need your systems. Okay. I should have been screen sharing. It would have been very, very helpful if I was screen sharing all of that information that I'm looking at. But I digress. Done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. Okay. So that's kind of my vision. Give you guys this month if you need systems, if you need to get your systems built, if you do not have clarity on what you're doing. And then in January, we take off. Okay. We will use the first week of January to get ourselves ready to go through all the things that you guys need to know for the 90-day run. And then we will officially take off on January 9th. Now, that's all I'm saying about that. It's a big fat secret how you get in, and you must comment below. We'll pop you over the link. I'll use a little auto responder to message you the private invite, because people who listen to this webinar, you're going to have a different offer than this public page right here. Okay. If this would make a difference for you, please let us know. We just created it after listening to what y'all need, and I am as on fire as you guys are. Okay. Okay. So we've made it 30 minutes. If you'd like to stay, I'm going to go over some of the other things that we will be doing in this 90-day run with our PCAT-U system. Okay. So if you're excited, if you're going to be there, if you're ready, Mary, it's incredible. This is the next step from Parties, and everybody's wanted this forever. You could buy it separate for $2,000, or you can just get it in the PCAT-U 90. Okay. I know. How many people are going to come join us this month? Holistic approach. Thank you. Brain dumping. Yes. 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 Okay. All right. So let's get back to our PCAT-U, you guys. I'm super, super excited. Charlene is ready. Melissa, people are tagging people. By the way, if you do have Teams, message Carla, maybe put your URL in the comments, although you're a couple different places. Put a way they can contact you, and I'll copy it over to the screen. But if you have Teams, contact me or Carla Borsick, and we can put together a team option for you guys. What's up, Rachel? We miss you too. Come back. Come back. Okay, write that down, guys. Screenshot that. But some of you are like, can I bring in Teams? Yeah, that's super smart. Run together. And if you want like a team package, talk to us, okay? PCAT-U, you guys, here's some other things that you guys can really start focusing on as we move forward. Charlene would like to invite people. Awesome. Posture. Obviously, we talked about that a little bit earlier. If you guys missed it, P, posture, where we're going to work on the belief in what you have, regardless of the external acceptance or approval. Powerful. We're going to work on prospecting. Now, you guys, it doesn't matter to me if you're in network marketing or if you are in coaching, course creating. Prospecting might be prospecting new business partners. Prospecting might be for new customers. Okay. We all have to be doing this in our business, and we have to be actively prospecting. And a lot of us simply aren't. So we're going to be teaching you not only how to find people and get into the conversations, but what it means to be prospecting, who really is a prospect, and what's the next best step with that person. Inside of the PCAT-U 90, you're going to be presenting. We ask you to present twice a day, and I die. You're going to be okay. Twice a day, we ask you to present to people that you've never presented to before. But we don't say that you have to go live and get on a phone call twice a day. Okay, if you average twice a day of presenting to 2 new people, that's 10 people a week. Everybody can do that, right? And maybe you do it through a live event just like this, and you get 10 people to come. Done. Okay, maybe you do 10 one-on-one calls. Maybe you do 10 recorded videos that you follow up with. Your method of presenting isn't my concern as much as, are you doing it enough? That's what we're going to do in PCAT-U 90. I love virtual events. Okay, what do you guys love? How do you love to present? And Tammy Lewis, shout out. I'm sure this is like a coined thing. I Googled it. I know she's not the first one to say these words, but she's the first one that I heard say these words, and it resonated and repeated all throughout Challenge last week. Peaceful profits. Yes, you're going to get on fire and get urgent about your business and take it seriously, But let me tell you something about my life that I didn't appreciate until I heard what the other options like. I might be a little spaz and I might be having all the energy and stuff, but in my business, I have peaceful profits. In my business, I have clarity. I have simplicity. I know what I'm supposed to be doing, whether I choose to do it or not. You can take ownership of that. I know where the money's going to come from or where it's not, right? I know what I can be doing. Am I choosing to? Different story. But once you get to work and you create that system of consistency, it might feel like a job in the beginning, but here's the beauty. Master the mundane, you will be a millionaire. Micah Snyder said it, and she said that making money is one of the most boring things. And making a lot of money is extra boring because it's about the consistent daily activities. It's the habits, right? And that's what can create peaceful profits because you have clarity of control. An hour consistently every single day of knowing exactly what to do. What would that look like for you? So we'll dig into that more in PCAT U90. These are some of the things you guys will be doing for 90 days. Creating conversations, okay? If you're new to systems or if you're new to processes or strategies and you're like, I don't even know how to do these things, that's okay. You've got a month inside of Impact, okay? You can go through some of our basic training if you need it. Go into conversation learning mode, right? Ask where you need help. We're going to learn about not just how to create conversations. We're going to be calling you to your feet to the fire, calling you to the table. I don't know, get into more conversations. We ask you to get into 4 conversations a day with new reach outs or with follow-ups. It's not that hard. And we're going to force you to connect with people in a simple way, connecting with your team. Okay. What does connections look like? Connecting with people on Facebook that you may or may not ever get a sale out of, making new friendships, right? 3 a day, 5 days a week. Happy birthday, Sarah. How have you been? Right? Hey, Charlene, how's it going on your job search? Hey, Jacinda, how's that new course creation going? Hey, Sarah, I'm super excited. I know you're going to have your baby today. And it made me want to cry again. I must have baby, I do not have baby fever. Okay, closing. We're going to be having you guys work on your closing skills and your tracking because when you close, that means you actually convert. So conversions is a word that maybe or maybe not you are familiar with. So ask yourself, are you closing sales? Are you closing business partners? And I'll tell you, my story was in January 2019, and you guys have heard this. I did the T tracking part. I did the A activity part. I had the system. And what I was taught to do, I was doing exactly what we were told. So when I could go to my upline and say, I did it 40 times. In fact, I had only done it 35 times and the month wasn't over. And she told me I had to do it 40 times. So I would not close until I had talked to 40 people that month. So my last 5, I was going to people that were like my neighbor, Anna. I'm like, I know you want nothing to do with what I do, but I've got to talk to 40 people this month. I was just checking the boxes. Then when I got in front of 40 and I thought, like, gosh, I'm not close. I did the conversation. I'm connecting with people, sharing the information. Why am I not closing and converting sales, business partners, hostesses? We started looking at there was a belief issue. Go back to posture, right? Go to mindset. And we could identify then where I was stuck. Because one of the things you want to walk out is what's your average conversion rate? If I put you in front of 10 people, how many will you close? Do you have a concept of that? Do you have a ratio of that? Does your business teach you that? Your company teach you that? Even if your company says an average party closes 10 orders, mine was 3.5. My average conversion was 3.5 that I closed. Okay. Yeah. Why are you not closing? Is it belief? Okay. So these are things inside of your business that you work on consistently all the time. These are all things we're doing. This is what PCAT U90 is going to be about. Attracting leads. Oh my gosh. Attraction marketing. Sounds so pretty, doesn't it? And you go into this business and you're like, yay, I get to sit back. This is like a passive business, right? Everybody's going to like flock to me because I put out the right social post and it's pretty. And then nobody shows up. And you're like, what? I could have put in here avatar as well. Attracting leads on social media is very, very different. Working with your warm market is not the same as working with cold leads, trying to convert them in, warm them up, get them into the conversation. So when you attract leads out on social media, you must know who you're speaking to, who you can help, how you can help them, and what transformation you can help them have. You know your who, you know your avatar, and when you speak that clear message to her, then the message is received and she knows who it's for. And she says, me. PCAT U90 is for me. I need that. I am the person who keeps being stuck in the overwhelm, which actually is simply a lack of a plan. That's all overwhelm is. You have a lack of a plan. We're giving you the plan. Now you have no excuses. Get to work, right? You're getting in your own way. Well, let's get out of our own way together. Okay. So when you know who your avatar is, maybe it's someone you can help get healthy, whatever, whoever you're talking to, you will start attracting leads, but it takes time to build that presence. Got to have the right attitude. We already talked about that. You have to have consistent activity. Now, y'all are all in different businesses. How you design your plan might be based on an upline that gives you a plan, or if I've given you your plan. In network marketing, I like to do 2 presentations a week when I'm in the building phase. 10 new exposures was found for me through 2 parties a week. Now that I have the attraction marketing down more, I can find 10 new exposures just through my social media profile. But at first, I had to do more of the active strategy. Okay. The activity in your business is probably one of the key reasons you don't have results. So just go look at what you are doing or what you're not doing. I mean, my body, guys, does not look the same. And I know that I'm 45 and all the things, but I'll tell you, I don't move it the way I used to. It doesn't even feel the same. Like I went to the kids' children's or city museum in St. Louis the other day, and I did the wall where you like run and climb up and you like hang on to the side. I did that last year with my kids. Okay. And I didn't make it up the top wall, but I made it up the second wall and I was hanging over the edge and I pulled myself over. Well, Sunday when I did it, and Aaron Underhill, if you're watching this, your husband was observing this and he was really mortified for me. I grabbed on, my arms were straight. I couldn't even pull up. I mean, I don't even know. It's all rubber. I don't even know what happened. My gosh, I did not realize, because my body doesn't look drastically that different in clothing, that the lack of activity, consistent, even if it's a couple times a week, over that last year has got me to the place I'm in. Do you feel me? Business is the same. Accountability. Who are you accountable to, guys? If it is someone that you partnered with in one of our programs or one of our groups or the club, that's awesome. Find a partner, get in a pod. Come into, just like Rachel said, I miss you guys. Come into your tribe of people who get you, who aren't going to allow you to stay where you're at, but are going to understand and listen long enough to say, okay, now you ready to do something with it? Let's get to work. Are you being accountable to yourself? I will tell you one of the reasons I'm doing PCAT U90. You guys know that I'm in a health and wellness business and I love running challenges for a reason. It gets me into activity. Same with this. I am on freaking fire. I'm already creating my tracking sheet for my business. I'm already looking at the tools my company has given me and I'm saying, what of this have I not done since I signed up in June? What do I kind of regret not doing and what do I want to focus on and take away the excuse? In fact, why not do it right now? Right? Okay. Accountability. I love being with you guys because it keeps me accountable. T, when you guys are doing the PCAT U method and you look at like, where are my traffic sources coming from? Where can you guys find leads? Think about that. Name me some places you can find leads. Because this social media thing is not as hard as we make it to be, but sometimes we overwhelm ourselves. Remember, we don't have a plan of all the options. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube, Reels, Stories, Post, short form, long form, all the things. All those words just made me want to shut down, and I know what they mean. I chose Facebook for my traffic source simply because I was there. I understood the platform. It's where I show up the most already, so I might as well keep finding more traffic there. I added on Instagram, I've added on LinkedIn and YouTube over time, and then I get to look at, where am I pulling the most traffic from? I've played with Facebook ads. I played with reels and stories and long posts and short posts and bold text posts and curiosity posts and hype posts and conversation posts and lifestyle posts and vulnerable posts. And I found what works for me mostly is my Facebook wall. Okay. As far as the engagement, the people raising their hand and being able to comment so I can go get in a conversation. And it's most often some kind of vulnerable, honest post where I'll also offer a solution, right? And I'm like, hey, who wants it? I put this together. Who wants it? It helped me. Can I help you? Right? For me, that's my traffic source. For you, it might be the grocery store or the church that you go to. Where are you finding the majority of your traffic? And then you test out other places. And if one day YouTube takes over, well, then I guess I'll head over there more. But right now I'm omnipresence. Do you guys know what this means? Omnipresence. I repurpose a lot of my content from Facebook into the other platforms. And I do not do that myself anymore. I have a VA. She's incredible. It's through an agency. And her job is to just take my content, okay, where I show up on Facebook and post it on the other platforms. And we're just looking. And I told her recently, Rhoda, I don't know that all this time is worth it because we are bringing some people in. I'd be curious. You guys type in the comments below so I can find out. Do you know where you first came from? Because I would love to be proven wrong, but we have had Erica Davis. I know that we met on Watkins. We met on Facebook and LinkedIn, but I think first on Facebook, right? So there's different conversations, but it seems like Facebook's the initial reach for me for most people. Sometimes YouTube. And aside from that, it's like other people's audiences, right? Like going on their podcast or training for their groups, which are things you guys can do. You can come train in mine, right? Time management. How are you managing yourself? 24 hours in a day. You get to decide how to use them. I was watching Buying Beverly Hills. Are there any Real Housewives of Orange County fans? And I think you might have just broke up with me. If you respected me before that, okay, it's going to be all right. It's one of my guilty pleasures. So Kyle Richards' husband has an agency, The Agency, and he's the biggest, I guess, agency for real estate in Beverly Hills. And they were talking yesterday about their split, right? Like how many commissions each person gets. And some people were not in agreement with it. But he said, listen, there's 100 pennies and a dollar. And we're just all trying to decide how we want to use them. Like what's a fair split? So when you think about time, there's 24 hours in a day. Do your time budget. You can decide where each hour is going to go. And you can decide where each minute's going to go. And so far, you've given me 46 minutes of your hour. Was it worth it? Have you learned anything new? Don't waste your time. In fact, this is why PCAT U90 is coming, because guess what you guys are stuck in? Learning mode, training mode, the next course, the next thing, the next graphic, all the distraction. You're not managing your time well. And you're letting yourself avoid the part that sucks. Member and leader, what was it? I remember, Carla, virtual party challenge, where we said embrace the ick or embrace the suck. It's going to suck. Some of this is going to suck, but you're not going to die, right? It's not that hard to reach out to people on social unless you told yourself that. And I get it. Go back to posture. When I owned the family home care agency after my mother passed away, I left network marketing and went to senior home care. That really sucked. I realized that what we're telling ourselves is so hard in this business that we're running with products that we love and a service that we can provide that's high value and a business opportunity that would help so many people. And we're holding back from it because of pride and ego, really, right? Or maybe something you didn't know and now you know, and now you have permission to stop that. We don't use our time the right way. And we try to find another distraction. So when I did the home care agency and I laid with way too many people in their final hours, and I was called way too many times in the middle of the night because it was a 24/7 private duty senior home care agency, and I was the owner. So when employees called off, guess who got to go to work at 1:30 in the morning? Guess who got to sit across the couch from, I won't say her name because of someone with dementia. I have observed some of it, but I was the owner's daughter who inherited this business that was in debt. And I never had the intention, nor did I go to school for anything that a lot of the employees knew how to do. So as the owner, when I would show up and have to be the caregiver, I was like, I don't even know what to do with this. And I remember the woman sitting across the couch, and it breaks my heart. She kept asking me the same things over and over and over and over. And if I would move or do anything, she's like, oh, what are you doing? And so then I had an Apple Watch, and I was like trying to like look on my Apple Watch and like scroll just to keep myself awake because it was like 1:30 in the morning. And then she'd be like, what time is it? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I literally just can't move. It was some of the hardest and some of the most rewarding, but some of the hardest situations I've been in. And I never wanted to do that. But I took it on and I realized that's a fire, right? We've got the state that will check in on us. We've got people that are paying us high dollar to take care of their loved ones. We're working with hospice. We're working with seniors. We are literally providing care at the end of their lives. I'd rather do network marketing. That was not my calling. Some of you, it totally is. Okay. So doing this stuff is cake. Team building, the last thing, you guys. Do you want a team? Do you have a team? Are you focusing on recruiting, having the right conversations, onboarding these new team members, leading yourself well so that you can lead a team? And this is going to be a big part of Peak at U90 is growing a team. Because if I can do it, I took a team. I had no team. Remember when I came back to social, for those of you that know my story, 2019, I didn't have a team. I lost all my levels. So I was in network marketing, top 2%, had a team. So, quit the business, took over the family home care agency because it was in mass debt. My mom had died and it fell on the family and nobody else wanted it. And I said, okay, I'll figure it out. That sucked, by the way, really bad. A couple years later, we were making some money. A couple years later, we had turned a high profit. I sold it. I stayed home for a bit. I come back to network marketing. No team, never been on social media selling before. Certainly don't know how to turn like cold leads into hot. I know how to do home parties, right? I know how to do senior home care, ownership now. I've learned a lot of business skills, but leveraging social to find my team, what? How are you going to do that? I built my team from social media through virtual events, through Facebook Lives. And within 2 months of getting started, by the end of the third month, I had an active team and we had sold 26,500 total, actually, by the way. But that first 30 days, I didn't have any team. Nobody was partnering with me. My first person signed up on February 13th. By the end of February, we had sold 10,000. You guys, this is possible. Zero influence, zero audience, zero skill set. I mean, I had my skill set from my past network marketing, don't get me wrong, but I had to learn to apply that online, right? I had my business ownership hat on, but I had to learn how to team build. I didn't team build before, right? I team managed. I'm going to be honest. When I had my last title in network marketing in 2006 to 2012, I team managed really, really well. And so when I left, they left. Do you know what I'm saying? So I had to build a team of people who could think, who could take action, who could take responsibility and take ownership. But I also had to create a simple system and teach them to leverage the things so they don't have to waste their time creating things like you have to when you're an owner of a business. That's not the benefit of coming into network marketing, right? You want to be able to leverage tools. You want to be able to have simple systems that people can duplicate, right? So we're going to focus in PCAT U90 not only on finding you some new business partners, you're also going to get access to the Change Your World Mastermind. And that is where we get to meet weekly to work on some personal development and leadership stuff. It's an option. Okay, it's through Maxwell Leadership. And those of you who are Impact, you can do Change Your World and you can do our communication mastermind, or you can wait for Change Your World. So Impact Makers already have a series going on in January. Okay. All right. So then we're going to also encourage you guys, just go get urgent. So as we close out in this webinar today, I just encourage you to go take action. I love to say, go turn your excuses into your reasons and go take massive, imperfect action. If more information on PCAT U90, please go ahead and just comment right now. Comment PCAT U90. If you already did, I don't care. Do it again. I'm going to go pull our list of people so that I can grab a winner. Girl, we all are messed. We're going to be all right. If I waited till I had it together to build a team, Erin and I were chatting. Erin Rose went through virtual parties and she's had big success going through that course and getting results. And she was looking at this system we're talking about right now. And she was talking about doing things messy. Erin, if you're here, she said, I've been doing things messy and getting results. I'm like, girl, same. And if we waited till it was pretty, I still wouldn't have a business. That's just the truth. Okay. All right. PCAT U90. If you guys want that info, I'll pop you guys over the link. Let's go to our list of people who registered. I've got 21 people. Carla, are you still here? If so, will you pick a number between 1 and 21 so you can be the person to pick our winner from today? And I've got the sheet in front of me, so I see all the names. If you want to pick a name, oh, we're up to 27. Some of you registered while we were gone. Carla, are you here? Pick a number between 1 and 27. If you already picked a number, we'll leave it. 8. Okay. Erin says she wants the info. 8. Charlene Pryor. Okay. 8. Let me pull. I wasn't saying the winner name. Sorry. I confuse myself sometimes. Webinar registration number 8 is Marcella Johnson. Are you in the house? Marcella Johnson, you are our winner. What you're going to get to do is I have some of our courses. I have some of our trainings. I have a Facebook audit with me. I have some things available for you to go choose from. No problem, Erin. Winner. So if you have ever been here before, you know what to do. You're going to text my phone number. And yes, it is I. You're going to text my phone number, Marcella Johnson. What you want to do is text me at 618-417-PCAT. Did you guys know that stands for that? 7228. And all you want to do is text the word PCAT-U, prize, PCAT-U, prize 2. So that's from Marcella Johnson, and then you will get the list of options. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope that you listened and learned and found some things you can identify that you can take to create massive momentum, grow your business, and finally get the results that you desire in your business through our PCAT-U method. If you're ready to partner with us in that 90-day run, we will get you the information after this video ends. And thank you all for giving me your time. I look forward to seeing you next Monday for Be Social TV. Inside Social Sales School for the Woman Entrepreneur, impact makers and action takers. I'll see you tomorrow. Virtual party community, Sarah will be with you this week. And please, everybody, don't forget to keep an eye out for the New Year's Eve party on the 29th. We're going to make it a learning summit. Why not? Why not? Let's learn from our students and then party like a rock star at the end of the night. All right, guys, bye for now.